police are working to learn what led up to a death at Raven Run this afternoon.
I just can't even believe there are so many people here.
I'm Mike Byer in Richmond, where over 1,300 walkers and runners participated in the Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K.
UK and Indiana last met on the court 4 years ago. March Madness is renewing their rivalry. We'll check in on the Cats and the Hoosiers.
This is WKYT News at 6.
An old rivalry renewed. Thanks for watching WKYT on the CW Lexington. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Kentucky and Indiana haven't met on the court since 2011, and now is a win or go home matchup in the second round of the NCAA tournament. WKYT's Brian Milam joins us now with an update on the game.
It is blue versus red, Cats versus Hoosiers, Kentucky, Indiana, all in the NCAA tournament, and it has been a game of runs so far in this one. Right now, we are late in the first half. Kentucky clinging to a 29-28 lead. Kentucky led by Tyler Ulis. He had 12 points just a moment ago. Indiana shooting just 41%, Kentucky at 52%. Kentucky jumped out to a 9-2 lead. Indiana answered with a 10-1 run, only to be answered again by Kentucky. So right now, it is 29-28 late in the first half. We'll have much more coming up a little bit later in sports. Also coming up, we'll have the Wildcat wrap-up a little bit later, so a lot to get to later tonight.
We do have a lot. Thank you, Brian. There was a tragic fall this morning at the Raven Run Nature Sanctuary in Lexington. Firefighters tell us a woman slipped while hiking and fell off an over.
Multiple agencies here in Lexington are working together to find out what led up to a death this afternoon at Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. Just before noon, emergency crews received a call that someone had fallen off the trail at Raven Run. Firefighters tell us a woman had fallen off the overlook area near the Kentucky River. They estimate that fall to be somewhere between 35 and 50 feet. Because of the woman's location, it took crews around 30 minutes to get to her. They were able to rappel down, but unfortunately learned she was deceased.
The Lexington Fire Department, the Lexington Police Department, the Coroner's Office, and Parks and Recreation, and also Air Methods. Due to the severity of the fall, we went ahead and called air medical evacuation helicopter as a precaution, but they've been released at this time.
According to the Lexington Herald Leader, the last time a death happened at Raven Run was when a man slipped and fell off the overlook back in 1995. In Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
And we just learned the fire department tried to recover the woman's body. They got it on a boat, but they say the boat capsized. No firefighters were injured. A dive team is searching the water for the body. The city says Raven Run Nature Sanctuary is closed until further notice. Lexington police have charged a 17-year-old in connection with the shooting. Police took the teen into custody after an hours-long standoff overnight at an apartment complex on Camelot Drive. Police tell us the teen went to a hospital with a gunshot wound to the leg that they say he suffered during a separate incident. They're also trying to figure out if the teen is connected to a shooting that happened last night around 11 on Pemberton Street. They found a 22-year-old man there with several gunshot wounds. He went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This morning, more than 1,500 runners raced to remember a fallen Richmond police officer. Officer Daniel Ellis died in the line of duty back in November. Today, the community helped put together a 5K to raise money for a foundation created in his memory. WKYT's Mike Byer was at the race and talked to Officer Ellis's widow.
3, 2, 1. Step by step, over 1,500 people participated in the first ever Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K.
I just can't even believe there are so many people here. It's awesome. I'm really excited.
Ellis's wife, Katie, helped organize the event at Richmond Center. She says she put the 5K together to keep the legacy of her fallen husband alive.
So I love you all.
Thank you very much.
Their son Luke wore number 457 in honor of his father, while Katie went with number 422.
We both have the birthday, April 22nd. When we first met, I didn't believe him that we had the same birthday. I made him get his driver's license out and tell me about it.
Organizers say they're amazed by the outpouring of support from the volunteers to the sponsors to the runners.
I need to be out and support him because he protected our community, and I just want to give Katie a hug, and I don't even know her.
Everybody getting together and coming out and supporting the law enforcement, because right now, you know, it's rough, and so they need all the help and the support they can get.
The support came from all over Kentucky and even from states as far away as Alabama.
My son's a police officer, and I have great respect for the wives of police officers.
The 5K is expected to bring in over $75,000, money that will go towards the Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial Foundation, a foundation created by his wife, Katie.
I could never know how much this means to me and how much it's really helped me on this path to healing and this journey. I mean, it's really just been so helpful.
In Richmond, Mike Byer, WKYT.
The second annual Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K will take place this time next year at the same location. We have new information tonight about the state's lawsuit against a Lexington Women's Clinic. Friday, a judge denied the state's request for a temporary injunction to stop a Lexington Women's Clinic from performing abortions. Governor Matt Bevin's administration sued EMW Women's Clinic, claiming it was performing abortions without a license. The state has responded to the judge's ruling, saying they disagree. They plan to go to the Kentucky Court of Appeals. Their statement goes on to say the evidence at the hearing overwhelmingly showed that EMW Lexington, which performed over 400 abortions in 2015 alone, is an abortion facility that is required to be licensed under Kentucky law. The judge said since the state didn't demand the clinic get a license for abortions when it was last inspected, there's no reason for it to get one now. Winter in the bluegrass is coming to a close. Sure doesn't feel like it with the temperatures we're seeing. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is breaking down a cool forecast. Hey, Jim.
Very chilly out there, Kristen, as we are just a few hours away from the official beginning of spring. But winter decides to show up because we had flakes passing through parts of the area earlier this morning, and we might even have a chance that happens again tonight. Outside right now, it is an ugly, cloudy day here in Lexington. You can see all the clouds hanging out with us. 43 degrees right now, but look at the feels like temperature. Yes, we have to talk about a wind chill. It's 37. That's what it feels like as we're getting those winds in here out of the northeast at around 12 miles per hour. So very chilly air mass in place, and it's all over. Except southern parts of Kentucky. It's 54 there in Middlesboro, 52 in Harlan, but a lot of cold air hanging out with us. And as the skies clear a little bit tonight, we'll watch those temperatures drop even more, and we'll likely end up in the upper 20s and low 30s. There you see some of the showers showing up closer to Louisville. Some of that energy might make its way through parts of central Kentucky as well. Here's Focus on the Forecast. We're trying to find spring. It's coming. It'll show up in that 7-day forecast. I'll break it all down, Kristen, coming up here for you in just a few minutes.
It is hard to believe with this weather we're having that spring is only a day away. Springtime brings with it gardening season. But don't start planting just yet. WKYT's Mike Linden is talking to nursery owners about the best time to plant seeds.
It's almost officially springtime in Kentucky, even though it's felt a lot like it leading up to this weekend, of course. But once it warms up again, experts say think again about gardening this early in the season because it's not time just yet.
The first day of spring is less than 24 hours away, and if you've been itching to put your green thumb to use, think again. Even with mild temperatures, experts say the ground can run several degrees cooler than the air, which could stunt the growth of fragile plants. At Two Brothers Nursery in Lexington, experts say to hold off on planting, but work can still be done to prepare.
People now are getting their beds ready, getting their weeds out. Weeds are starting to pop up, so they're getting all their weeds out. And now's a good time to go ahead and do that and be ready. But really, to plant annuals and stuff, we don't even bring them in until at the end of April.
Lawrence says if you've put plants in the ground already and a hard freeze or a frost is expected, to cover your plants with cloth overnight. Because with plastic, it can effectively burn and kill your plants. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Lawrence suggests waiting until Derby Day to plant annuals and vegetables. Still to come on WKYT on the CW Lexington, a group of cyclists is riding for a reason. What bill they want lawmakers to pass to keep them safe.
Her daughter's wedding was perfect, but her choice of videographer, she has regrets.
We had a contract that we would have certain things, and we don't have those yet.
How to make the right choice for the big day. Who can you trust? Monday at 6 on WKYT.
Turn your loving on and try something crazy good. The new beer battered fish and fries box is a catch for only $2. 2 beer battered fish fillets with famous seasoned fries and dill tartar sauce, just $2. Rallies and checkers.
Epic meals, epic deals.
Fall in love with your yard this season. At Landscapers Corner, you will find Triple Crown Elite grass seed, deemed the best grass seed for our area. Available in 5, 25, and 50-pound bags. In addition to our grass seed, we also have a variety of mulches, soil amendments, bale pine needles, fertilizers, Hollytone, and Trefland for your fall projects. Delivery service is available on select items. We offer premium products at affordable prices. Shop now at Landscapers Corner.
Today, people will leave for work, school, or just to have fun. Before the day is over, an accident will change their lives forever. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For almost 30 years, we've represented families at their time of need. Our job is to try and put lives back together, to bring justice. Pain and suffering, lost wages, medical bills are real. Sometimes these injuries can last a lifetime. A lifetime is a long time. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Put a local pro on the case with Case Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. We've been solving all your foundation and water problems with trusted service since 1944. Case Foundation Systems stabilizes your home's foundation and settlement needs. Our waterproofing systems offer an affordable solution for your basement and crawl space. Case also repairs cracks, bowed walls, and solves drainage problems. With Case's concrete lifting and leveling system, we'll stabilize your porch, patio, and sidewalk. Call for a free estimate and put a local pro on the case.
Turn your loving on and try something crazy good.
Our new value menu has a dozen tasty options starting at only $1. That's a too good to be true deal for too delicious to be true taste. Starting at $1. Rallies and checkers.
Epic meals, epic deals.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
A chilly weekend here. The problem with it being a chilly weekend this particular weekend is because we're just a few hours away from the official beginning of spring. It will be here for you tonight at 12:30 on the nose. A few flakes possible, though. That's the other headline as we go into the overnight. And I'm not talking about a major snow event, just some flakes certainly possible out there during the overnight hours. And then a chill will hold on through Sunday as well. 43 right now in Lexington. We're kind of warm compared to Danville and Richmond. They're coming in at 41 degrees. Same thing in Mount Sterling out to Moorhead and beyond. A little pocket of warmth showing up along 75 around London and into Williamsburg and also over toward Middlesboro as well. So a little bit of warmer air showing up. Spring arrives, as I mentioned tonight, officially at 12:30. And what this means for us is this means that our days have already started to get longer. You notice it, too, especially with the time going up a couple of weeks ago. You can see that we have light during the evening hours, but the direct rays of the sun will pass right over the equator, and they start their ascent toward the Tropic of Cancer when we get to summer in June. So that is something to look forward to if you're a fan of the warmer weather, because we are certainly going to trend that way even after we get past this weekend. A few showers breaking out across parts of Indiana and also toward the Louisville area, with a lot of clouds towards central and eastern portions of Kentucky, and that's the way it's been throughout the entire day today. A lot of clouds around here with a little pocket of mist in spots with maybe a few sprinkles at best. What we have is a much larger system growing out there. Look at Iowa, by the way, where all of our friends, well, some of our friends are. They're not friends if they didn't take us with them, but they're right there across parts of Iowa. Breaking out into snow showers close to Des Moines and very cold. So at least we're better off than they are right now. Here we go hour by hour through the overnight, model underplaying the fact that we'll have the moisture around, but the presence of moisture will be there and a few flakes possible. Other than that, the cold's really going to steal the show because we end up in the upper 20s, low 30s tonight. Let's go into the day tomorrow. We end up with some 50s with a few more chilly showers passing through the area. And then on Monday morning, this is where more folks could end up in the upper 20s for early morning temperatures. Let's go beyond that in our 7-day forecast because it does get better. It always gets better, especially this time of year. This is as March of a forecast as I've ever seen. And what I mean by that is we start out where we are right now, Kristen. Then we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're back in the 60s. Maybe some thunderstorms in here Thursday. Then we're back in the 40s with freezing temperatures at night. So that is March completely.
Just a roller coaster.
Just a roller coaster ride and a half, yeah.
Transylvania group is giving drivers a lesson on sharing the road. Today, the group Transy Bikes led a public bike ride in support of Senate Bill 80. The bill would require drivers to pass cyclists with at least 3 feet between them.
Some people say that's the distance that you have to have in order to do a turn signal. The fall over distance is 5 feet. So 3 feet is sort of a compromise. And the faster the traffic, the more the draft, the more you need more room.
The bill would also give drivers permission to cross into the left side of the road to avoid a bicyclist, even if they are in a no passing zone. Brian's back in now with sports, where the Wildcats are taking on the Hoosiers.
Yeah, we will have a halftime score for you. It is a close one, and UK is not in the lead. Not so close for the UK women, who just destroyed UNC Asheville today. All kinds of basketball next in sports.
It's the right thing to do. What's that?
It's what they do, like free alignment with any new tire.
Free alignment with any new tire. We don't do that.
And what's our motto? We do the wrong thing.
I hate that guy.
Your local Ford dealer is known for having leading-edge technology with lots of fuel-efficient vehicles and advanced features that keep you connected to the world around you. But did you know you could actually text your Ford dealer? They'll send you special offers that can save you time and money every month. Like this. Text BRAKES to 91604 to save $25 instantly on Motorcraft brake pads at your local participating Ford store. So what are you waiting for? Pick up your phone and text your Ford dealer today.
Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? Hi, I'm George Foreman. People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can provide patent referrals and submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee your company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-890-1946. That's 1-800-890-1946.
Think you might be pregnant? No judgment, no pressure, just help. AssuranceCare.org.
When big news breaks, be the first to know. Download the WKYT News app and turn on push alerts. Breaking news at your fingertips when you need to know what's going on. Push alerts, now available on the WKYT News app. CBS's Big Brother is searching the country for people from all walks of life.
This is anyone's game.
Want to be part of the new Big Brother? Go to WKYT.com and apply today.
The East Regional in Des Moines, Iowa, featuring Kentucky and Indiana. These two old rivals in fabled programs meeting for the 5th time in the NCAA tournament. Right now, we are at the half. Does not look good for UK at the moment. They have led the majority of the first half. Indiana, with a little bit of a rally and a push at the end of the first half, now leads Kentucky 33-32. Kentucky has led by as many as 7. Indiana grabbing its only lead, one of 2 leads, and they've only led by 1. So it is a pressure cooker right now in Iowa. Now, following the Cats and Hoosiers second round matchup, you can join me, yours truly, 7:30 or 7:45, depending on what happens in this ball game. Wildcat wrap up. We won't be able to show you any of the action because of NCAA guidelines, but we will have post-game reaction from the Hoosiers and the Wildcats. Now, Hey, I'm on TV here. The UK women have been on cloud 9 this week, knowing the road to the Final Four is staying at home the whole way. That's twice that's happened this year. Today, opening the NCAA tournament against UNC Asheville, Kentucky. You like that, didn't you, Jimmy? Kentucky started quickly and with hot shooting. Michaela Epps hits the runner in the lane. Cats by 4. Speaking of 4, number 4, Macy Morris, left alone just off the left wing for 3 more. Epps is so dangerous. Watch this drive. And then the English she puts on the layup. Cats by 9. The lead grows, and so does Epps' range. She had a layup, a mid-range jumper, now a three-pointer. Kentucky doing whatever they want. Epps doing it all. Look at the pass ahead to Alyssa Rice. Kentucky is rolling, leads 26-11. What a heads-up play here. Watch the basketball IQ. Epps tips the ball back towards her own goal. Gets a head start for the layup. Kentucky up 37-16 at the half. Second half, Epps, the kick out to Macy Morris again. She loves three-pointers. Morris had 9. Kentucky was running at will, and so was Michaela Epps. The drive and the finish and the foul. She had a game-high 24. Kentucky just in cruise control today, 85-31. Next up for Kentucky will be 6th-seeded Oklahoma. That game will be on Monday. Let's go up to Kansas City. Georgetown looking for a spot in the Fab Four yet again in the NAIA National Tournament, taking on William Penn. The Tigers using All-American DeAndre McCorder, who flips it in. Tigers by 1. Tony Kimbrough Jr. wants in on the fun. Can't lead the Louisville native open. He knocks down the 3 from the wing. The Tigers stay on the outside. Trent Gilbert from the corner swishes a 3. Georgetown would run away with this thing. Noah Cottrell struggled outside early, drives inside off the glass. And ladies and gentlemen, the Georgetown Tigers are back in the Fab Four, winning today 99-80. In just a few moments, the Dunbar Bulldogs will begin play against Newport Central Catholic in the boys Sweet 16 semifinals. Newcath making its first appearance since 1953. Must beat a team which has rallied to get to the Final Four. Dunbar came from behind to knock off Mercer County in round 1. Then last night rallied from a 14-point hole against last year's runner-up Bowling Green. The Dogs' extra tough regular season schedule is paying off.
That was part of the whole design of the thing, was just to be to the point where we've played so many big games that every game is the same for us. That we're up for every game and ready to handle any challenge and play some good teams. So it's been good to us so far.
South Laurel is in the Final Four, breaking an 11-year drought for the semifinals. The last time the Cards made it this far, they won the whole thing in 2005. South Laurel upset Christian County in round 1, then just pasted South Oldham last night. For Coach Jeff Davis, he says his Redbirds just living the dream.
It's a childhood dream for all these kids and even me to be able to get to Saturday. When you get to Saturday, anything can happen. It's just a special tournament, and know that you're in the Final Four gives yourself another opportunity to get to that state title one more step there.
Here's a quick look at tonight's Final Four. In just a moment, Dunbar will meet Newport Central Catholic, and in the nightcap, it will be South Laurel and Louisville Doss for a date to play on Championship Sunday. SEC baseball, Kentucky and Georgia, game 2 this afternoon. Roswell, Georgia native Dustin Beggs on the bump, and he drops the curve. Beggs with a nice outing. The Sticks showed up today for Kentucky, up 2-1. Zach Rex in effect. The deep shot to right center field. That's a homer. Kentucky leads it 3-1. Cats first baseman Evan White has been on a hitting terror this year, and a tear. 2 men on for White, goes opposite field. That brings in 2 more. White hustles in with the double. Kentucky up 5-1, and they just put it on the Dogs today, bouncing back from a loss yesterday as Gunnar McNeil just going to wear it out. Kentucky wins big today. Final score 11-4. That's sports. We'll be right back.
The joys of carry-out pizza places. It's never ready when they say it'll be. And if you just want a slice or 2, good luck on that. So why wait at one of those pizza carry-out places when fresh pizzeria-style pizzas, whole or by the slice, are yours in just minutes at Speedway? A rich, buttery crust, real mozzarella cheese, and fresh pepperoni, all ready for you at Speedway. Why wait at a carry-out place when Speedway's got fresh hot pizza in just minutes?
The convenience stores of Speedway.
Now buy 1 slice of pizza at Speedway and get your second slice free.
Want to be part of the new Big Brother? Here's your chance to make this dream come true. Friday, March 25th, WKYT will be holding an open casting call at the Sleep Outfitters in Woodhill Shopping Center. Think you have what it takes to be HOH? Or can you float your way to the top? This will be your opportunity to show Big Brother your big personality and tell them why you should be on summer's hottest reality show. WKYT presents the Big Brother Casting Call, March 25th from noon until 4 at the Sleep Outfitters in Woodhill Shopping Center.
You know why I love The Feud?
Steve Harvey, 2016 for president.
Yes, Lord. Yeah! Because I love watching this. Name something Grandma might store under her boobs.
Her teeth.
Come on, Grandma, time for dinner.
Family Feud, 1 full hour starting at 7 on the CW Lexington.
The Flash has gone rogue.
It was the Flash.
My wallet's gone. I don't want people thinking the Flash is a petty thief. A lady speedster. Purely scientific. Was she good looking?
Heard the Flash went nuts.
From street to freak. Next time she punches me in the face, I'll be sure to get her number. There you go.
The Flash returns with an all-new episode this Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $80 million, and Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $30 million. You talked a little there about Iowa and the weather there.
Yes, the flakes are starting to fly there.
You seemed a little bitter that you weren't there.
We need the basketballs to fly out there.
We're doing it. It's coming soon. Here's a funny thing. I've got on Sunday, guys. Keep this and look at that. You got flowers popping up, but look what's above it. You've got a little wintry mix chance, and mainly that's going to be during the overnight hours. But we have a chance to get a few flakes in here tonight.
Thanks for watching us right here on the CW Lexington. Have a good night.